Hi there, welcome to Whisky Ski. My name is Yuma. This channel mainly focuses on Japanese whiskies, introducing tastes, stories, and relating information from a Japanese perspective. Today, I'll be talking about Ichiro's Malt White Label. Ichiro's Malt is relatively a new brand, but it is rapidly becoming popular. It is definitely one of the Japanese whiskey brands I want you to be aware of. I'll be going through its story, basic info, and at the end, shares a taste. Without further ado, let's dive in. Ichiro's Malt White Label is a product of Venture Whisky, a company that runs a Chichibu distillery. This company was established in September of 2004, but there was a prologue to this. Ichiro Akuto, the founder of Venture Whisky, was born in 1965. His family was running Towa Shuzo, a sake maker, since 1625. It was in the 1980s when the Hanyu distillery was built and started distilling whiskey. Later in the year of 2000, when whiskey popularity was declining, Towa Shuzo was in danger. They had to apply and commence the Civil Rehabilitation Act. In 2001, Ichiro started managing the company, but in 2003, they had to hand over the management to another company, and it was that time when the whiskey business was decided to discontinue. Towa Shuzo has been keeping 400 barrels of whiskeys that were distilled and had matured in the past 20 years. A new owner had to be found, or else these whiskeys needed to be thrown away. Ichiro decided to find someone who would provide him with the space to store the whiskey. He approached various companies, but it was when whiskey was not valued, and the reaction was not good. But he finally was able to find Sasanokawa Shuzo, which was also a sake maker, who raised their hand to provide a space to store whiskey. In September of 2004, Ichiro became independent and established Venture Whisky. And from the next year, Ichiro started selling his own product using the whiskies that were saved by Sasanokawa Shuzo. In 2007, Chichibu Distillery was built, and in 2008, Venture Whisky obtained a license to produce whiskey and started distilling. 3 years later, in 2011, the first product that used the whiskey distilled in Chichibu was released, and ever since then, they have been releasing various lineups. Let me introduce the basic info of this bottle. Ichiro's Malt White Label is the entry product of this brand. They also have other products in their lineup with different label colors, so let me introduce that in a different video. This is a world-blended whiskey that uses malt whiskey from 9 different distilleries and grain whiskey from 2 different distilleries around the world. On the label, it says Chichibu Single Malt, so it seems that it's one of the 9 malt whiskies, but the detail of the blend is not disclosed. It comes in a 700ml bottle at 46% ABV with no age statements. It is non-chill filtered, non-colored, which is one of the characteristics of this brand, to keep the natural flavor of the whiskey. The price is 4,235 Japanese yen, but because of the popularity and the limited amount they can produce, some shops sell it at a higher price. For example, on Amazon, it is sold at around 5,000 Japanese yen. You never see this at the convenience store, not so often in the supermarket, so you might as well go to the liquor shop to find one. Now let's try it out and see how it tastes. Now, let's taste the whiskey. As always, since highball is a major way to drink whiskeys in Japan, I will first drink it neat, and then drink it as a highball. For more explanation on the whiskey drinking culture in Japan, check out my other video. So let's get some of it poured. The color is quite light, I guess because it's non-colored. It has a goldish color. Now let me smell. Right off the bat, I smell some maple syrup, and it has a sweet characteristic. I also see some vanilla, a fresh scent of citrus, and a tiny bit of peat. Let me taste it. The first impression is sweet, but right after that you feel the alcohol tingling in your mouth. It is not surprising considering the 46% ABV. I feel vanilla, which I also felt in the smell, and towards the end I feel bitterness. aftertaste is like tangerine. You know, it's a citrus kind of feeling, together with a slight bitterness. Personally, I wish the taste was much thicker, but given that this is the entry model for the Ichiro's Malt brand with the most affordable price tag in your lineup, I don't feel that much negative with its performance. Now let's try it as a highball. Here, I have the Ichiro's Malt White Label as a highball. Let me smell it. The smell is not strong. It has a fruity smell, a fresh citrus-like smell. Let me have a taste. When you drink it as a highball, the first impression is fresh. I feel a bit of smoke, but the sweetness is not strong, so it makes you want to drink more. It also has some bitterness, but I think the bitterness and the sweetness is balanced out quite well. Drinking this in two ways, I think highball is a better match for this one. As I said, I felt that the taste was a bit weak drinking it neat, so I think you can enjoy this more drinking as a highball because it will bring you a very refreshing impression. So today, I have introduced you Ichiro's Malt White Label, going through its story, basic info, and the taste. You might not see this often outside of Japan, but you might want to add this to your wish list if you're planning to visit Japan. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, don't forget to give a like, leave a comment down below, and also subscribe. Hope to see you next time. Bye.